Hi there, and welcome to Real Estate Divas. Today we're talking about investing in expat communities, specifically Spain, which I'm super excited about. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Hi there, welcome back. I'm Jer'leigh Thompson with Real Estate Divas, and I'm here with my lovely co-host, Kristin Gers.
Kristin Gers with Capricorn Mortgage. Happy to be here, and we're talking about being an expat in Spain today.
I'm so excited. Well, anytime we're talking about being an expat or investing internationally, like that, I'm super pumped about that. Like that, that gets me.
Most people know I was born in Europe, so
exactly.
This is always
right up your alley.
This has always been a dream of mine to move back to Europe. And yes, I think the golden visa countries are where you should focus.
Absolutely. Well, there's so many incentives, right? So those incentives are just that, one, the cost of living being so much less in many of the countries that we're going to be featuring, and specifically today, Spain. So Spain is about 35% less as far as cost of living goes across the board. Between where we are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and Spain. It varies, obviously, if you're in Barcelona, or if you're in Madrid, or if you're in some little beach town, or Mallorca, or something like that. Obviously there's variances there, but in general, the average is about 35%.
So a 35% drop, which is, yes, that's definitely an advantage. I also think people should know, if you get a golden visa in Europe, you've got universal health care.
Yeah.
So for a retiree, and especially us real estate investors,
we're paying for our own insurance on a regular basis. We're paying all of it. It gets pricey, and as we get older, it only gets pricier.
And so being able to be a citizen of the European Union and be able to have universal health care, there's a huge plus for that.
Absolutely. So one of the first things that you have to do whenever you're doing that is you've got to apply for your NIE number. So that's an I-10 for us, for foreign nationals that are here in the United States. You've got to apply for that, and it works kind of like a social security number. Anything that you do over in Europe, or any transactions, you've got to have that number so that they can track you, so they know where you're at, what you're buying, that sort of thing.
So a European identification number
is basically what it is. So they refer to it as the NIE number, and that NIE number is fairly easy. You can go on the website, you fill out all the applications, you give them all their information, they'll issue that. Now the application for a golden visa is a little bit more of a lengthy process. It's not difficult by any means. You're not jumping through hoops or anything like that, but it is a lengthy process. You and I have talked about that before when we talked about the Portugal.
How many years does it take in Spain?
Does it take?
Yeah, I know it varies, and it's probably, how loud are you down at
it doesn't take years. It doesn't take years. It can take a couple of months. It can take maybe sometimes even 6 months. But
are these Spanish months? Because I know
you may have to wait a minute. It means you might be here for 3 hours.
If I'm talking about French months, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
For some reason the red tape, it doesn't even begin there. It's like multiple rounds of tape. You've got a whole roll of tape that you have to saw through to get it done. So they say, you can get this done in 30 days. No, it's more like 180 days. And so is it kind of the same thing?
No, from what I understand and everything that I've read and all the research that we've done, I am understanding that it could be 3 months. Somewhere in the 3 months. Do not hold me to it. I have not gone through the process yet. That's a yet, because I do plan on doing it. But yeah, so it's a process. There's companies, like we were talking right before the show, companies services that you can hire that'll make this process easier for you. And you can start that process from the United States. You know, you do not have to be in Spain to start that process. There are a couple of more nuances to it if you're not there or you can't go to their office. But I mean, maybe you'll have to schedule a vacation.
Right.
You know, I mean,
which I'm always willing to do.
Yeah, right. But in order to get that golden visa and get that application working, one of the things that I saw consistently is if you plan on investing, if you plan on taking advantage of these incentives that they have for investors to come and buy real estate in their country, then don't pick out the property and then go through this process. Kind of speaking to your point of it's a little lengthy and you don't really know when that might actually.
So you get your visa application rolling, but I have to imagine obviously to get it approved, you're going to have to buy that property. So you get it rolling.
Yes, you get it rolling, and then they say you're qualified. Now you're qualified to go ahead and purchase. And so you get to that step and then select something. So.
And I mean, that would have to draw out for your application process as well. I mean, especially if you're not living over there yet, just going, oh, hey, I'm going to buy this one that I saw on the internet, or, you know, it's been quite challenging to find, you know, a property that you want to.
It can be.
Especially
it definitely can be.
I'm not saying forever home.
The thing is that the one thing that they discourage the most is just because it can be a lengthy process. People get super excited. They're over there on vacation. They're like, I want this property. Let's do this. And then they realize, okay, that you can't make that happen overnight. This is not, you know, this is not closing with a hard money lender on a flip house and you called them yesterday and need to have it closed by Friday. This is not that.
I need that hard money lender. I'm buying something in Spain. Can you hook me up in 3 days?
Y'all doing that yet? But whenever we're talking about this, it's a great opportunity because it can be land, it can be multiple residential properties.
So it doesn't just have to be one $500,000 property.
Yeah, it can be commercial. Yeah, it just needs to add up to $500,000.
Okay.
To have that golden visa.
Okay.
And so that golden visa kind of gives you that dual residency and the advantages of that.
Well, and especially, you know, I'm a few years away from needing to retire, but that's a good goal for somebody to have. Go, all right, I'm going to buy one maybe this year, and maybe 5 years down the road, I'll buy my other one.
Absolutely.
To get to the point where, yes, I'm an actual citizen now because I've invested enough money.
Exactly.
In Spain.
Exactly. Well, and you and I, again, we've talked about it a million times and done a couple of episodes on different countries. And being over in Spain this summer, like, it really brought it home for me. You know, you heard me. I talked to you as soon as I got back, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, yes, that's the long-term plan, but now things have gotten sped up. You know, came home, told my husband, I was like, we got 3 years. Figure it out. We got to figure out where we're going, where we want to be, where we're going to invest, and every vacation for the next 3 years is centered around the expat communities that we're interested in, so that we can go ahead and get that ball rolling, you know?
Right.
So I just was blown away because I stayed with a girlfriend. We'll see her place here shortly on the.
Well, let's see what we can buy.
Yeah. So let's look at some of the properties. We have put together a PowerPoint for you today, and these are some of the higher end properties that you can get. And just to show you,
this is what I need.
Yeah, just to show you, you know, how much bang you can get for your buck. So here we have a $1.15 million euro property. And it's 6 bedrooms, 3 baths. It's 3,300 square feet, and it's a large lot. So just under an acre, and it looks like it's kind of nestled up in the mountains.
Yeah, it's got like a mountain behind it. How close is this to stuff?
Well, this one is not very far away. I mean, whenever you're talking about Spain, you've got a ton of mountains on the interior, but it's also only about 30 minutes away from the beach.
Right.
So you can be up in the mountains super quick, you know, and down to the beach super quick. That's a day trip, you know. It's not like us trying to go to Galveston.
But is it like close to a city?
This one's outside of a city. It's a villa, and their cities are not, we're talking villas. So it's going to be, you'll have a little villa, you're going to be outside of the villa, and then, it's not Barcelona, Madrid.
Okay,
big
does
cities.
this one come with the furnishings? I see that we're looking at a living room and little balcony overlooking the pool and a bed.
These do not, typically they don't come with the furnishings.
Okay.
Yeah, so same as America.
That's okay.
That
couch sucks. A couch is not for me.
But I love that Mediterranean look. I love the stucco and the beams.
I like the beams, the exposed beams.
Fantastic.
And the wood
floors.
floors.
Out those corner windows.
All right, so 1.35, so you're gonna expect some nice stuff. This kitchen is an American kitchen, and it looks big.
Yes. It's nice, it's big, it's roomy, and even for, I don't know the age on this property, but even for, I would guess, something that's a little bit older, it's got a pretty open concept. They don't have, you'll see whenever we get to some of the less expensive properties, when you're living in an actual villa building, then those rooms get cut up. And they're,
the older ones?
Yeah.
I've stayed
and so
in
you've got those cut up rooms, but they're living the way that they do their properties in general. They're pretty open.
Well, and that might also be a geographical thing.
Yes.
Because you want airflow.
Absolutely.
Especially when there was no air conditioning back
Exactly.
then. Whereas, if you're old time villa, up north where you want it to be warmer, then everything's kind of closed in. So.
Exactly. Well, so this is right up my alley. Now this one is a little apartment in San Sebastian. And
I love San Sebastian.
So you're right there in, that's an adorable little villa.
This is a phenomenal city, and nobody knows it exists. It is just south of the French border, and you go in. It's got an amazing boardwalk. It's got fantastic restaurants. It has this very high-end 1920s boardwalk feel when you're walking down the boardwalk.
So kind of like maybe a little bit more rustic than something like the Monte Carlo Nice type of.
It is. I would equate it with more the Monte Carlo of Spain, but yes, it's a little down from that, but very, very much higher end.
Absolutely.
That you're going to see in San Sebastian, and really your price tag. Yes, you had 6 bedrooms, but only 3 baths, and this was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. 1,937 square feet, so not that much less.
Not that
square
much
footage.
less.
That's a good size apartment for Europe.
Yeah.
And 1.25, sure.
This one outside. Now this one is still a town. You're not up in the mountains.
Right.
But it's a large home.
I take it back.
5-bedroom, 5-bath. Yeah.
I take it back. This third one is mine.
I can see you going down that
this
stair.
Is me, right?
Yeah, that
I would
stairway.
just sweep down there in all my awesomeness. There's palm trees.
Yeah, palm trees. Yeah, you might even keep some of that furniture.
I'm digging that a little more.
But as you can see, there's a lot of variance things that you can offer or that they offer. Obviously, just a lot of luxury. Totally updated kitchen there. This is all stuff you would expect to find.
Well, and I'm loving that kitchen, but that kitchen is definitely a little more Europe, a little more.
Yes.
There's no counter back there whatsoever. It's like all built-ins, but yeah, it's really cool looking.
Absolutely. Nice spa-like bathroom with your little bowl tub. I'm like, that's not even claw feet. It looks like, it almost looks like a little bowl with those the feet on it. But anyway, it's super gorgeous, and 1.3, you've got the view, you've got your cost of living is 30%, 35% less, and you're in Spain, or you could be in.
Got your pool, you got your palm trees. Let me ask you this. Were you able to look up and see, could I get a staff? Because obviously I'd want a staff. I'd want to
Obviously.
I would want somebody to do my grounds. I don't mow my own lawn now. I
No,
definitely
you
don't clean my
definitely-
house.
You definitely can get staff. So I know and I didn't put any stats on this PowerPoint for that. However, I do know that my friend that I was visiting while I was over there, she has a maid that comes once a week. She's got, who also cooks for them 3 times a week. And this was all part of her cost of living. It's just the way that they do life, which is why I came back and told my husband we're doing it wrong. You know, I don't have anybody that comes in and cooks for me 3 times a week. I was like, I'd love to have that, but I'm not Oprah. I don't have that, you know. But she was, I mean, on a very, very small amount of money, because her living expenses were about $2,400 a month. And currently she lives in a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house with her and her son, front veranda, back veranda, and rooftop veranda. And they are a stone's throw from a beach. And they're right walking to downtown of their little villa that they live in. And $2,400 a month. She's got that. She's got a car. Her son's in private school. And she had somebody come in and taking care of her house and cooking 3 times a week.
Which is awesome.
I mean, I don't know what percentage of that went to housekeeping and food, but it was not much.
Right.
You know. So, but now we're going to look at a few of the middle end properties of Spain. And those, again, super attractive. This one is an apartment in the villa. Are you kidding me?
They love their color.
Yeah, but
Pink
you and I know,
kitchen.
you and I know that's the easiest thing to change. But that's also the thing that I love about going to Europe. Period, is that they're not
getting something fun.
Yeah, they're not afraid of color. You find it everywhere, which is fabulous. So 3-bedroom, 3-bath. You know.
I love this one.
Yeah, this is gorgeous.
It's just that outside. It's so cool looking. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,980 square feet. I mean, this is not that much less than the villa. I mean, you've got a lot less acreage, right? You've got 0.2 compared to 0.6.
Yeah, so mainly think of a regular size lot in a neighborhood in any of our neighborhoods in the DFW area.
And your room sizes, your rooms are a little more chopped up, as you were pointing out.
Yeah.
With that first one, you had that very much open concept. But this is, I mean, look how great this is.
Yeah, I mean, it's charming, and I will say, my kids, all my family know, I'm a sucker for a tile roof. Like, I am literally just, I see one, I'm like,
Oh, I need that.
I would love to have that. Anyway, but yeah, so tons of room, very affordable.
Is that a private pool with the house?
That's a private pool with the house.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that
For
was all for
€450.
how much? For €450?
450 euro. So, and right now
It's at parity.
It's about
at
$1
parity.
for dollar.
$1 per euro? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great. It's a great time to go buy in Europe right now,
Absolutely.
today.
So on the lower end, and I say lower end, it's not like we're going to be looking at projects or anything, but we're talking about, all right, you're a first-time home buyer, let's do a quick tour. So we went ahead and downloaded one of the videos of off of YouTube of somebody just walking through.
I actually like this.
Oh my gosh, how adorable. And then that's your villa. It's like a little apartment,
Sure.
condo subdivision.
They're calling it a townhouse, I'm assuming because it's on multiple levels
Yes,
or something
exactly.
like that.
And I believe this one's a 3-story because they love to build up. So you're in Granada. So that's a pretty
Granada is great.
You're a pretty metropolitan town, and I mean 135,000 euros.
2,077 square feet. I mean,
look at that. Look at those beams
that's bigger
and stuff.
than some of the ones we've seen.
Absolutely. But because you're in the building and you're sharing in that building, then that price goes down.
Sure. It's like buying a condo.
Absolutely.
Now, did this condo community come with a pool or anything like that?
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
think. My assistant's shaking her head. No, it did not.
It did
She
not
is aware.
come with a pool. That's okay. I mean, because it's Granada. I mean, it's not like.
Yeah, I mean, and just so impressive to be able to get that much space for so little.
I didn't actually see a lot that I would change on that one either.
No, not at all.
I mean, I
wouldn't.
don't think that needed a ton of rehab. So that's nice. And I think that's something, because it's in Granada, I think you could definitely short-term rental, that one.
Absolutely.
When you're not staying there and you're up in your villa in the mountains.
Well, and the thing is that, like, that was one of the things I noticed immediately when I was over there, is being at the beaches, being on the beach towns, because we visited probably 6 different beach towns, just going to the smaller ones that not everybody goes to, but they're heavily populated. You've got all these condos. There's a ton of Europeans and English there, and they're just there for a holiday. And they are Airbnb-ing those the entire time, doing short-term rentals with all of those condos, all of those homes. I mean, yeah. Even the smaller little beach towns are getting rented out on a regular basis.
Okay, so this is a beach town, Playa Flamenca.
Absolutely.
It sounds sassy.
$130,000. Like, you can barely
All right,
get a decent
I gotta
condo.
ask. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 861 square feet. I'm
Well,
declaring shenanigans on that
Well,
one.
you know, these are going to be like T90, like the bedrooms are
There
a
is
bed.
no. You've got 2 bedrooms that have like
Oh,
the
this
whole
one's
twin
also
bed.
they have a salon downstairs. Like, you see the 2 salon chairs.
Oh my goodness.
So they're working out of their house. So they're really,
There was a lot
Working
going
that
on.
property.
There's a lot going on with this one.
but, you know, I mean, no, it's not very big. You can always tear down the wall or something like that if you need bigger
Yeah.
space. You know, you want
Did
something
the
that's a little
commercial
more-
space get included in the living space, you think?
I don't know. I mean, I think all of that's the same, because of the living space on the other side of those 2 chairs.
Yeah, I mean, that would be something I would verify.
Well, I don't
saying.
think you're buying this one anyway.
I'm just looking at numbers. I'm not buying this one. Let's be fair. I'm not going to go buy this one. Wow.
So
69,000
$69,000 in Lyon. So 3-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,076 square feet. I mean, that's beautiful.
Where's Lyon?
Lyon.
Somewhere in the middle?
Yeah, I believe, based on that price.
Wow.
Yeah, based on that price. Now, this one is the property that that my girlfriend, longtime friend of mine that I grew up with, she's purchasing this. So we went and visited this property, and it is nestled up in the side of the mountain, and she's about a little over an hour from the beach, and 3¼ acres. She gets an olive vineyard, a pool. It's got 3 different houses on there. The main house is 22 and change, I believe.
What's she doing with the other 2 houses? Is she going to rent them out?
Yes, it's going to be a yoga retreat.
Very
So
cool.
she already teaches yoga and static dance and a bunch of other different things. So she's going to have a working olive vineyard, and, you know, I mean, and this thing, the view is just stunning off the side of this mountain. And this is a short little video that we took while we were walking the grounds. But I fell in love with the area, and I could not believe that $330,000. Like, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
How many acres
It is 3¼
3¼ acres. Okay, so it's got some.
Yeah, so it's got some acreage, and then, like I said, 3 different houses on it. Now, the smaller houses are like smaller 2-bedroom, 1 bath. The other one's like a studio, but it's a stunning property for $330,000. And then she'll turn it into a working property that's going to end up paying her even while she lives there.
And how long has she lived there?
She's lived there almost 10 years.
Okay, so it's a while.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got a son. I'm assuming, did she marry a Spaniard or something like that?
No, she just decided to relocate. She took her and her son, to Spain, decided to relocate, and now she could work remotely because she did IT work. And she's been over there working remotely, and really and truly she had 1 investment property, which was from her first marriage, the house that she bought, that she ended up turning into seller financing property, that she seller financed 3 times. You know, somebody defaults, then you sell. That is literally the financing, the mortgage payment that they made every month is literally what paid all of her living expenses. She didn't have to touch her income. She didn't have to touch her savings, nothing. That pays for all of her living expenses.
That's amazing.
It's so crazy to me, so crazy to me. But, so applying for the Golden Visa, that's something that you must be...
Purchasing a property over $500,000.
Exactly. So, and it can be multiple properties. Like we said, it can be multiple properties. You can do commercial, you can do land. It could be a couple of condos. So it doesn't, I mean, they leave it pretty wide open as far as the qualifying kind of threshold.
And are there rules about, you know, okay, you're going to live in one and you're going to buy a couple others that you're going to rent out and hopefully, again, pay for your livelihood?
No, they want you, I mean, they're encouraging foreigners to come and invest in their country. So
Okay.
they don't mind if you're renting out all three of them. I mean, obviously there's a certain amount of time that they want you to come and visit the country because they still want you to spend money and not just, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I also can imagine they want you to encourage, you know, if you are buying these properties, then you're hiring local labor and
Absolutely.
you're, you know, supporting the local economy.
Absolutely. And then with that, you get the residency. And like you said, we end up with the perks that, EU has that we do not.
Being able to freely travel,
Yes,
no visa required.
exactly. And so here you have the cost of living, just kind of different places around Spain. So like we were talking about earlier, some of the fantastic things about investing in Spain, they've got 3,000 miles of beach. Like there is a lot of real estate there to cover. What was it, 60 islands
Yeah.
that you could invest on?
Right.
I mean, crazy. But so that there are some variances. And so I encourage everybody to maybe pause right now, take a look at the different cost of living and variances versus Barcelona and Seville, or, you know, this just to kind of gauge what you're looking at and where you might want to end up.
Right. And I mean, I'm looking all the way up north to, you know, Bilbao. I'm not familiar with that place, but it's in the Pyrenees, very, very North Pyrenees. So, I mean, that's not the easiest place to get to.
No. But, I mean, gorgeous.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, you've got Pamplona. Pamplona is just south of there. So it's a beautiful
Countryside.
Beautiful countryside.
But this was just mainly, you know, like I said, I was so pumped coming back, you know, and you and I had talked several times about we've got to invest somewhere. And Spain just freaking
Blew your mind?
Yeah, I mean, I'd been there before, much different experience,
Well,
but
you
this
know-
time around, as an adult, and I'm not backpacking around, you know, it was a way different experience.
You know, the exciting part about living, I mean, you can set up residency and have a home base in Spain, but you are, I mean, if you're in Barcelona, you're 30 minutes to France.
Absolutely.
And that's the south of France. That's not, I mean, it's the French Riviera, so it's not like it's a crappy part of France.
Yeah.
You know, and then if you're down in, you know, Seville, you're just right by, you know, Portugal. You've got Portugal
you're right across
there.
the border from Portugal.
You can be in North Africa.
Absolutely. You could be in Morocco like that.
Right, driving down and you take the ferry across. So really, it's a great way to travel and see so much of the world, you know, from your vehicle or from a train, and you know, being able to drive.
Well, and
around.
that's the appeal, you know, not only just as an investment property, because I think, you know, pursuing the Golden Visa and pursuing investment properties internationally is a huge opportunity, especially like you said, with the ratio, you know, the exchange rate. But in addition, just the fact that they have the means, kind of like whenever we're traveling around the states, each state is slightly different, but over there we're talking worlds apart, right? So each country's worlds apart, but their transit system is so phenomenal. It's easy to get around, and you're in another country, you know,
In an hour.
as quickly as we can be in Oklahoma, you know?
Literally.
Literally. So if this hasn't convinced you that you need to start thinking about expat living and investing, then I don't know. Maybe the next episode will, because we're not stopping here. Like I came back and I'm like, we're doing a deep dive.
Full throttle.
Yeah, full throttle. So if y'all have any questions whatsoever, by all means, let us know. We'll try to put you in touch with or give you the websites that you need to go to. And yeah, if you're already doing it, reach out. Let us know how it's going for you, because we are so incredibly interested.
I'd like to know about that timeline.
Yeah. Like the literal timeline.
The literal
How
timeline.
long did that take for you?
And whoever has a Spanish housekeeper, I'd also like to know about that. I'd like to put that in my budget.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope you got something out of this. Again, like, follow, and subscribe. We're doing the podcast and YouTube now.
Exactly what she said. Please share it with everybody. If you've got somebody who goes, gosh, this person would love it, send that to them. Say, hey, learn about this and figure out how to get your golden visa and your European Union citizenship. I am Kristin Gerst with Capricorn Mortgage. Send me your owner finance mortgage notes to buy.
And I'm Jer'leigh Thompson with Texel Real Estate and Real Estate Reformation. Be sure to reach out, friend us on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, and we look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.